Welcome again to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Automaton. And as you can see, I'm kind of dressed up for, well, what looks like a Hawaiian barbecue or something. I don't know. I've got a little bit of meat here that I've been saving up from some of the random wildlife I've been finding out there. Of course, yes, it's beef, and I figured, you know what? We've got a couple puppers at this point. I might as well see if... Hey, get back here. Get back here. They don't seem to follow me very well, but let's get them both up and about, and then we can have them... Hey, you can actually get back up. It's okay. There you go. And then we can feed them a bit and get some more puppies going. Yay! All right. Cool. So the idea here is if I could get these two to... Would you stop running around? Keep an eye on the place, because we might head out. Can I get you to sit too? Yeah, you stay here, right, no, next to your mom and dad. But we've got lots of quests. I was looking at these things. There's tons to do, and I've actually got all of these except for jungle saplings. And I don't know that I really need jungle saplings, but then again, that would allow me to get coke beans, which I don't even know if I need coke beans. And I don't have acacia either, but I was able to get all the others just by doing like a bit of a wander. If you look at the journey map, I did kind of a little bit of an explore. I found a couple points of interest. One is right here, which I think I can zoom in a bit. There's some kind of weird large structure. I don't have any idea what that is. I actually haven't experienced one of those before. This, I think, is a graveyard. I actually never went into it. And then I found a massive Aztec temple, and Kashka and we started like making a base in the top of one of those when we were playing before with this. And yeah, there's so many mob spawners in there, but there's a ton of loot as well. And I wonder if I start at the bottom level, if I could like dig my way up into it or something, maybe get some good stuff. But I did find another village over here that's kind of nestled in there. It's actually pretty cool. How it looks with like out on the water and everything, but there's so many trees, and there's a lot of ups and downs that it's difficult to get into those things. But I was thinking we could get into town, and we could, and this is from an old map when I was just trying out testing the mod pack, so this has actually just not been refreshed yet. This area doesn't exist. But if you look here, I think we're gonna go into this town. I realize that the sun is starting to set at this point, but we'll go in and we'll do some trades with villagers and see what we could get from them for a bunch of emeralds, so that I could start getting that really nice armor. I mean, right now I'm wearing my Hawaiian relaxing gear, if only because I thought it actually looked like I'm wearing some kind of Hawaiian shirt. I've got some kind of baseball cap on backwards or something, some blue jeans, and some, I guess, ruby red slippers. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. But other than that, I mean, I've found that the corn itself is extremely strong in a lot of ways. I mean, you just roast it up. With how often it is harvestable, you get a ton of it. And this growth crystal has actually been doing really, really well. Every time I turn around, it pretty much has everything grown again. I mean, look how much stuff I have at this point. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. But I was thinking I might be able to convert all these into one of my crates, take that with me into town, and then see what kind of trades we can get. But I didn't want to do so until we're pretty much ready to go, if only because then that means that I can have like a fresh day. I don't want the villagers to get like killed or anything. And I know that none of them trade for corn or any kind of seeds, so I'm kind of thinking we're going to take potatoes. You know what? There's a butcher in town. He might trade 4 meats. I've got the beef as well, so I'll take those. I'm going to leave these singles. There's a fisherman. You might want those. All right, there we go. It is now morning, and I might as well take my casual wear off to the village, which I think is this way, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just click to see where I'm at. And the village, no, that is not the right direction. It's in the exact opposite direction. We're going to leave the pups here because I don't think I really need to bring them along on this short of a journey. Maybe if I'm out adventuring or caving or something like that, we'll bring them along. But otherwise, should be good. Would you get out of here? Oh, give me those. I probably need that ink sacs at some point. I've been collecting, or starting to collect, a bunch of books anywhere that I go. I haven't taken anything from this town yet. I kind of like leaving this town somewhat intact if I can. I might take some stuff, like I already have. And I'm probably going to go back on what I'm saying here. But, you know, I'd like to try and keep it somewhat intact. And I didn't find one of these, a waystone at the other town. I think I might have just missed it because it's so buried with trees and stuff. But yeah, you never know. So now I just need to find some villagers that might have some decent trades. What you got? You're the butcher. 17 raw pork chops for 1 emerald. Well, I don't really need the raw pork chops because I've got these corn. So might as well do that. Chicken, and that's all you've got. And let's hop back out. Did I just throw that on the ground? Do you have any other trades? Coal. Oh, I didn't think to bring coal. Emeralds for 5 cooked pork chops. Yeah. Okay. Well, I did not bring coal, and even if I did, I don't have that much of it. So I wasn't going to trade that off anyway. I just saw somebody. I just saw somebody. Aha. Alright, string. Yeah, I didn't think to bring mob drops. Boy, suddenly this is a really bad thing. I need a farmer. All right, here's a nice gathering up here. What do you got, cartographer? Paper. Well, I'm sure I'll come back to you. And I know that there's a librarian in the other town. Ah, here we go. And potatoes as well. Nice. Okay, so let's start off with wheat, since that's what I have the most of. Okay, and that more or less clears out a large portion of my inventory. Actually, I think you have... Yeah, you do have. I can get another. There we go. So I've got 37 emeralds. I find that that was a pretty good trade. Thank you very much. That's a lot better than I could have done mining. So let's just head back and go see if we can... Am I heading the right direction? Yes, I am. So let's just head back and see if we can craft up the rest of this fantastic Hawaiian shirt armor that I'm wearing. And then we can continue on with unlocking some more quests. Which also might take magma cream, which I don't have any of, and I haven't seen any slimes. So I don't think that I actually can make that armor. Now I could make emerald armor and go from there, because I think that that is the core of it. Yeah, it's actually still really good. 10, 5, 6, 1, yeah. 7, 4. Holy cow. And these boots. Okay, yeah, so maybe I make myself some of the regular armor, the emerald stuff. I've got enough for that. And then I can always make some more in the future for the rest of it. Let's do this and then that. Okay, and then I now am a very green man. One with nature. So I'm just going to put these things away. We'll start getting into some questing stuff. Alright, so I'm still not going to take the quest reward for this yet, because I'm still not sure if I want that loot chest or if I want to go for a jungle sapling, or even acacia for that matter. But I do believe that it's not required for anything that I know of. So I'm going to continue on with the rest of these. Now, there are other things I could go with, but I am planning on going with the blast furnace. Actually, that might be a good idea. And that's also going to mean that we're going to need to start making a layout for where we're going to have the house. So let's get through some of these more basic things, because I think chisel and bits is going to be very key for making stuff. Cobblestone, stone bricks, and sandstone are kind of limiting for aesthetics. Luckily, you have many more options. The chisel mod allows you to chisel blocks into different textures, including stone, dirt, metals, redstone, and diamond blocks. The chisel and bits mod allows you to break down and place pieces of blocks down to the pixel level. You can use it to combine the pieces of several different blocks to get the look you want. You can also use it for simple tasks like making covers for cables and pipes. You'll also want at least one chisel bit bag to store all the pieces of the blocks you work on. Yeah, I think I'd want a chisel bit, like massive, huge mega bag if possible. So we need to make one of each of the iron equivalents of these. And then from that, we get a reward of the diamond ones. Alright, so I just need a couple iron ingots and a couple of sticks, and we should be good to go. And it's just the orientation for them. Let's put them here, and I think that's a chisel, and then I think this is an iron, is the other chisel. So, and then that should, yep, complete the quest. And then we get it's a choice reward. I think I'm gonna go for this chisel, if only because it's got better functionality than the other one does. I don't think that it's an eye chisel or anything like that, but yeah, looking up chisel, yeah, the eye chisel, which I could take gold and redstone and make one of those right away. Oh, I might do that. Let's do that. Gold, piece of redstone, and then I should be able to make that in my own little inventory grid. Sweet. All right. Then in the tools box, I'll just put these other ones away for now. I don't need the chisel bit bag at the moment. It's starting to get dark. But I will make one once I do. So let's see what else we can continue on with platforms. Oh, I did a bit by bit on this, and it has since, well, progressed, shall we say. Oh, and look at choice reward. Birch, acacia, dark oak. Well, I think I know which one I'm going to go for. But we need a monkey wrench and a platformer. So I don't think... Oh, I can sleep. There we go. All right. So let's make the monkey wrench first, if possible. Which I think it requires some red dye. Yeah, some kind of red dye, iron bars, and iron ingots. That's actually pretty good because I found out in the wild while I was just kind of like messing around in that other village. I started taking a bunch of the stuff that was there. We found that. And I think we've got poppy. Yeah, I've got one poppy in here, which I might be able to pulverize up something, maybe? I hope so. Oh, and I don't have the speed upgrades in there. I forgot about that. Or do I? No, I don't. Because I wanted them to be efficient until I can get something renewable. I mean, yeah, that's renewable, but so that I don't have to run back and forth. But let's see here. Craft this monkey wrench. There we go. And then I also will need a platformer. All right, which... Oh, that's going to use the other two red... I'm glad I used the pulvis. And some iron ingots. 6 of those, and a crafting table. So let's grab that. There we go. 1 platformer. And we are good to go. Now, this box, the platformer, is actually really, well, pink. As you can see. It's very bright. So I might tuck it back here for now. Just because it's very bright. But you can take things like different woods. Let's grab one of those and one of these. So we've got a spruce and a birch, right? And if I remember properly, we can actually put different types in here. And you can see now it kind of like has an accent of one and the other. You can reverse that if you want. Put that up here and this one down there. See, now it's got birch underscoring and the spruce on the platform part. It's pretty cool how customizable it is and how many different things you can do with this. And in fact, it's actually just as crazy and intensive as Chisel and Bits is. And I can already see the wooden ramps. I think those are going to be very useful for me getting up and down. It might be better than stairs. I might leave regular stone stairs going down into the mine. But then I might improve these ones to be something a little bit more pleasing to the eye as it is. But you can also do things like... Oh, it's not even on here, is it? Ah, okay. These are railings or risers that kind of stick up on the sides as well so that you don't like fall off of your platforms that you're making. It's really cool. I do like it quite a bit. So we got that. Let's go with the acacia because I don't have any of that yet. But it does say, as you start building up your base, you may find these platforms useful. They can be used as scaffolding, catwalks, even rail beds. And you can make them out of most wood, stones, and metals. To start, you'll need a monkey wrench and a platformer. Platformer is the crafting table for platforms. Use the arrows next to the preview to scroll through the types of platform scaffolds, etc. to select the one you want to craft. Place the materials you want to use in the inventory at the bottom, and then click one of them into the 2 slots to the left of the preview to set which material will be used. As long as you have available materials, you can pull out your platforms in the output slot. The monkey wrench can be used to rotate placed platforms as well as enable and disable handrails on walkways. Note, to make metal platforms, use ingots, not blocks. Ooh, metal platforms. That's new. I wonder, if I take some of this and some of that, can I? Oh my goodness. Now don't get me wrong, that looks absolutely terrible. A color combination. But just the fact that you could have metal ingot, you could have metals instead. Wow. Oh, the possibility. How does copper look? And osmium for that matter. Does it respect all of the ingots or will it only be Whoa. What if I do this one? Ha! The copper has the green. Oh my gosh, that's actually pretty cool. All right, so then that is really neat. So I can have like the coppery green on there. Let's put it on the bottom. Oh, okay. And if I put copper on it, that is sweet. All right. All right. So that is one of the new additions that I have overlooked since the bit by bit that I did on it. That's really cool. I like that. Like that a lot. Nice add-in. All right. So let's go back, continue on, and see what else we can do here. Oh, where was that village? Which means a warp stone, and I don't think I've got 2 ender pearls. I need to get more endermen. I need to kill them, find them, and kill them. Hopefully, be able to find enough. But I won't read this one until we end up getting enough materials for it, which will give us some waystones. Then we can teleport around using a little bit of XP. But this. Xtones is another option for creative and aesthetic building blocks. Start by crafting Xtone tiles as a base. Then combine these with various dyes and other blocks to create new blocks to build with. So an Xtone tile is what I need. Just one. All right, this is an Xtone tile, which is made just with some stone slabs and what looks like regular stone. So I don't know that I've smoked any stone up lately. No, I haven't. So I'm going to need that at some point. I might as well just pop it in here. Efficiency. That's a speed upgrade. Let's take that out. I would rather... You know what? It doesn't matter because it is... it's a lava bucket. It's going to use... It'll go through all this before it uses up the lava bucket. So I'm not too bothered. But anyway, that should be getting me... Where is it? There's the output chest. Enough of these that I can start making some of those slabs. There we go. 6 of those. And then I should be able to make 8 Xtone tiles. And then I think if I sneak and... What is it? Do I need to put it in my offhand? I can't remember. No, stop that. Okay, there's something about... Oh, I can't remember the button to hold while doing it. Is it control? And I can just scroll through them in my inventory. Oh, no, I can't. This one is for coloring only. But there are other Xtones tiles. Once I make that, then I can start left shift and scroll to cycle through. So let's actually take one and I can show you. If I grab a piece of bone meal or something. There we go. I have a single bone, which I can put up here and pulverize into multiple bone meal. And that should probably do it. Yep, there we go. Wow, 6. That pulverize is really good stuff. But if I take these, I could probably turn them into the 8 style. No, they are white already. That's the base. So I'm going to need a different color. Let's go with black, because that's what I've got. Black. And this. There we go, vect. And then when I hold shift and I scroll with my mouse wheel, it changes it to multiple different types. It's pretty neat. So I think there's like 16 versions. So let's see, vect 14, 15, 16, and then back to 1 again. Yep, pretty darn cool. And it's excellent for building materials and such. I'm going to put those in there. I've got all the materials set for a blast furnace right now, by the way. Just in case you didn't already know. But there we go. We now have that. Green dye is probably going to be the toughest for me to come by right now because I don't have cactus. Oh, we get all of them. I'm all right with that. I am perfectly fine with that. That's good. Let's put those in this chest. And in fact, I've got bone meal, but I feel that was part of the drops area stuff. I might even put it in my, I don't know, it could go in several different chests at this point. But that completes a few of these. And I know that the where was that village actually stops me from getting to some of these other ones. And I think I need to actually get this going. We're going to do basic drawers, storage drawers. Just about everybody should be familiar with this at this point. It's a single chest block that you store everything in. No, that you store one item in, but it can store a massive amount of them. So let's grab, because I've already made some here, as you, if you don't recall, I have a whole lot of spruce being made, which actually, let's grab a few of these. All right, and that should be enough for me to start making some drawers, just regular basic drawer, which requires a chest. I think I've already got some. I do. So why not use that instead of... And do I have any planks already? Uh-huh, I sure do. So let's just put those away. I don't even need that spruce right now. Make a one of these, which actually it's giving me a hard time because... Yeah, see, it's going to make a birch version. I don't think that I want to do a birch version. Let's put this away. We're going to go with regular oak wood, because that's what I've got here. There we are. Basic drawer. Oh, I need 4 of those. Of course I need 4 of those. I'll get some more, and I'll have that set. There we go. And now I've completed yet another quest, and I get a drawer key and a storage upgrade, which is great. So I'm not going to read this one here because it pretty much tells you the same thing. And that is that these, if you're unfamiliar with them, you place it down, as I have already over here already, and then you can put things in it like roasted corn. And then if you wanted to, you could lock it so that it stays the same. And then you can left click to take one at a time, shift left click to take all of it. And if you unlock it and you take them out, then it will empty out the container and it will stay empty, and you can put something else in there instead, which, yeah. In this case, I'm actually just going to pack it in at the moment because I don't have a use for it at this exact moment. The storage upgrades I'm going to toss in there with it, and I think I'm going to keep my key in my random tools and armors chest. Oh, looks like it's gotten late. We have another snooze. All right, and that actually gets us to the next parts, which is, we're getting closer to backpacks as well. Better crafting table. Now, this is actually going to be cool. A workshop table, which is the Engineer's Workshop mod. This is one of my first favorite multi-purpose blocks that I remember experiencing a long time ago. It was called like Ewee's Workshop or something like that. But the workshop table is an advanced crafting table. It is very customizable. First, let's make one. And that requires some planks, some cobble, and a blank upgrade, which is actually relatively cheap. It's just a matter of finding the right material, which is going to be... Oh, it's regular stone at work as well. That's cool. Do I have any of like the andesite or anything I could use? Not enough. I only have 1 granite. So I'm going to use those, plus some wood planks. Actually, I think I needed more than... Yeah, I need 5 cobblestone. There we go. A little bit of wood, 3, and then I think I needed 4, 5, 1 for the slate. Then I just make a blank slate, and then a workshop. There we go. And this here, you can actually have automation set up with this thing. I'm gonna... I could put it in all sorts of places. It's good with like a furnace, crafting table or such. At the moment, let's set it here. When you open it up, add a crafting table, chest, or furnace in the upgrade page to get started. This can be your new crafting table and furnace combo. You could have it be multiple furnaces, multiple crafting tables. It's pretty darn cool. But you do have to add those in, and it does take some kind of fuel or power, but you can upgrade it as well. It's really neat. So let me make another blank slate, because I think I'm going to need that for the quest to complete, unless it's already completed because I had it in my hand. No. I will need to make that. There we go. Blank upgrade, and then I should be able to detect. Yep, there we go. Better crafting table complete. And then I get my choice of loot chests. We're going for the last one. And claim. And this says the workshop allows you to install up to 4 crafting tables or furnaces, or any combination of the 2. It also has an internal inventory to store crafting materials and can be upgraded in many ways, such as speeding up or continuing to burn fuel to charge up for the next furnace operation. Note, crafting quest items in this table will not register for quest completion. Use a vanilla crafting table or the AE2 crafting terminal to craft quest items to ensure they are detected by the quest book. Yeah, that's one of the problems with it, though. And therefore, a lot of people don't tend to use it because if you have alternate crafting table mechanics, it kind of messes up the whole better questing items. But either way, I now have a new loot crate, or loot chest. Let's open this. Cactus juice and beet juice. Really? Well, they're not bad, but they're not good either. I don't know. That's just kind of weird. We're putting it in the food crate for now. All right, so I can continue upgrading this and such. I think it might even have. Let's look. Workshop, a solar upgrade. Let's see here. Storage, charger. Let idle components charge it for later. Speed upgrade, queuing upgrade, auto transfer, filter, transfer, axe. Okay, so maybe it's not unlocked or something. I don't know if this thing has stages that like prevents you from accessing things or if it's just the quest. But in the past, it actually had, I recall, a solar upgrade. But otherwise, it eats coal. And I mean, it's not bad. It's a crafting table and up to 3 other items. You know, you could put a crafting table, you could put in 3 furnaces, you know, and have them all in the same block. It was pretty neat. I remember having things pipe in and out on one side before. It was just piping all over the thing. It was this spaghetti monster. But it was auto-processing everything. It was really neat. So, let's continue on. Oh, I can see that there's more stuff showing up down here. All right, well, let's see. What do we need here? 4 compacting drawers and 4 drawer controllers. So let's see what a drawer controller consists of. That's very doable. And a compacting drawer? That's very doable as well. So I think I'm going to craft all these up, and then I'll be back in just a moment. All right, so I think I have all the ingredients for the drawer controller set up now. There we go. And then the compacting drawer. That's only 1, but that's only because I was using a regular drawer for the center part. If I do this again, I can get the other 3. And I can expand the drawer. So, basically the compacting drawer will change things forwards and backwards in crafting recipes. So if I put this down, and then I put something like, let's grab some ingots. Grab some iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which that's enough to make an iron block. It's also enough for a whole lot of other items. Now, put it in there. There. You can now get out an iron block. Or you can take out all the iron ingots or all the iron nuggets that you want. It's pretty cool. You just put it all back in. Yep. So it's very convenient like that, and you can use it for a good portion of your ores is usually the best part for it, but it can be used for other things too. If something only crafts up and down once, then like diamonds into diamond blocks and they don't have nugget versions or something, then it'll just have like a little X in here, and then that it just won't work for the nuggets. But it's pretty neat. I do like that a lot, and I'm probably going to be using a whole bunch of them. Once again, for the moment, I think it's something that I'm going to be kind of keeping stored, and we'll be adding these things into our house, which I think what I'm going to do is between this episode and the next one, I'll probably lay out like a footprint of what I've got in mind from your suggestions, which have been really good, by the way. Thank you very much. And if after seeing some of these other things that that we've unlocked in this last one, here, let me get a snooze, like Xtones and chisels and bits and stuff, let me know if you think that there is something more specific that you wanted me to try and add in, or if you had something in mind for that. Let's put all these in here. All right, so now that we've got those items made, let's actually claim the prize. We've got loot chests here. Yay! So let's get another one of these. Claim that. Open it up and see what we've got. A bunch of meat. Well, it's not going to go to waste one way or another, so let's just dump it in there. So in between there, I actually had somebody come to the door, and then I had some work done at the house. So I had to stop for a bit, and while I was waiting for them to do that, I started breeding up some of the puppers and colorizing them a little bit. I eliminated any of them wearing red. This one's actually got orange, because any of the brand new ones come in are red. So I figure I'll keep on doing that for now until I run out of colors. But I also started putting down a footprint. Now, as I'm trying to keep this somewhat organic to the landscape, I figured we could have like some kind of tower area here, a little hallway. Maybe we've got like a display of trophies or something like that going on in here, or just a regular hallway. Maybe I'll have some books or something in there. Then we've got a main area. I was kind of thinking we could have maybe a large wall of inventories with a few windows in place. Then, of course, this here, I wanted to be like a really big bay window so I could see out. this area really nicely. So I was kind of thinking maybe that would be the case. I was also thinking that I might do like a layer down below this, but this is just like an idea for the wall. And then this area, maybe like a workshop area, like all the tools and crafting tables and some of the automation to start with. And then I was also thinking maybe down in here where the tower is, we have like a spiral staircase. We could use the platforms mod to easily do that. And this would be the entryway. I wanted it to be double doors because there's a lot of really cool doors in here, actually. I mean, there's like these engineers doors and stuff. Plus there's the treated wood doors that I saw in town that looked really nice. So maybe we'll try that. But this is just for a layout, not necessarily the type of wood that I'm going to go for. But I also kind of added some wooden ramps, which I just used some birch and some spruce because they're kind of like opposite colors and they kind of highlighted it a little bit more interesting. I added some supports over here, and yes, that's just a waypoint. Sorry, let's get rid of the waypoint for now. I don't need that since I'm in my base. But if you look here, I just kind of laid a flat area. I could put railings up on the side, but I didn't really want to. I figured that just would, I don't know, limit the path too much because too often I want to either go one side or the other. But just kind of made it come down here to the sugar farm area where I can just grab a bunch of sugar cane. And I used the tool here on the platforms to place this. Now these things are very finicky when you place them, and you can recycle most of them. If you notice here, I have 2 wooden handrails. If I want to make handrails, this is not a handrail, this is a wooden rise, which is different. It stays horizontal regardless, whereas a handrail will actually be slanty, like the one that I showed you right here. Now you see it makes 4. This is a recycle area. If I try recycling this, it doesn't work unless I have enough to equal 1 crafting of it. Then I can put it back in and I can get the parts back. So it's really, really cool that way. That's why I've got 1 extra wooden ramp and stuff like that. Now these are, as I was saying, finicky in one way of how you place them. It's where you place it on the block, as far as I'm able to determine. And if I can do this here, let's try putting this. So if I place it on the right side, then the opening for a handrail will be on the left, like that. And then if I place it again on this side, it's on the other side. And then if you want to have it in the middle, you have to line it up exactly in the middle. And then you can get both sides blocked out. So it's kind of cool. I definitely like that. It's pretty neat. And then, of course, you can use your monkey wrench to change things. You can sneak right-click, and you can choose your different selections that you want. If you don't want, if you're having a problem with it, you just want it to be this one here, then you just right-click. There you go. It's done. So that's another way of switching it around, which is probably easier if you misplace a bunch of these ones. But then, you've got to kind of go through each one. Either way, it's still a really nice mod, and I do like it a lot. And I think for now I'm going to keep like the spruce and birch for the outdoor decking area. I kind of like that. But I was thinking the treated wood is really pretty stuff. It's really pretty stuff. And I want to go downstairs if I can in a certain area. So I'm thinking if I'm going to have like a little workshop area here, maybe it's better if I have access to like a stairway as well. Something that leads me down below, and I don't want to go down too far that I end up chunking into this stairway that brings things up. Just kind of thinking like maybe 1 layer below, and then we can just kind of go down from there. I'm not exactly sure because I'm going to want the the blast furnace or coal coke machine in that one spot. Speaking of, let's actually make that. I've had these ingredients sitting here, and this was the whole point of those at least, is to make, not the reinforced ones, that's a little bit beyond me at the moment, this right here, make 27, and I think, yep, that completes a quest as well. So let's go back here. There it is, coal coke, and we get engineer's hammer, engineer's manual, and 8 blocks of coal, which is a great start. A great start. And this tells you basically how it is and everything. And you can automate a coal coke machine. It's the blast furnace that you can't. The simple blast furnace. There is a much more improved one that takes power that you can, though. This pack has immersive petroleum installed, which adds projectors for each of the multi-blocks. Yes, we could do that, but this is probably the simplest multi-block you could probably come up with. Let's actually get rid of this for now. We'll store that in there. And I'm going to put it in here for the moment, if only because it's going to end up being moved. But let's start with it in this corner, I think. We're going to move that torch. And there. And then I just need to place these here. And yes, sorry, I've got the F7 lines up here for just seeing if there was any spawns, because when someone came to the door, I didn't get any of the rewards. Oh, did I not claim them? I didn't claim them. There we go. That's going to be useful because I need an engineer's hammer. Ta-da! And then I can open this and drop the blocks of coal in there. Now the problem is it's going to have a lot of creosote, which we're going to need, but it's going to need to actually come out of this machine, which means I don't know if these basic fluid tanks will automatically like input or output or something like that. It might require some kind of pipe or pump. So let's take a look at the different tanks we have. Of course, we've got an ender tank, which is going to be really, really good. But I think a Sildurs quartz tank from Extra Cells 2. Extra Cells 2. I can't say I'm familiar with that one. But I was thinking that I would try making another basic fluid tank, just because they're so darn cheap, and just seeing if it would accept. I don't think it will, without some kind of pipe, of which we have Mekanism pipes, but I think, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, the millibucket. This is, yeah, steel. Requires steel and a bucket to make 8 of those. And then I don't even know if those will automatically output or not. Regardless, it's going to be a while before this is done, because these are blocks of coal. You can see here, it's still got a long ways to go before that actually comes out. When it does, it'll make a whole bunch of stuff. It can hold 12 buckets worth, as it is, of creosote. So I will continue getting our puppy population a little bit higher. I will start, I don't know, maybe planning out a little bit more. I like working with the landscape because it actually really adds a lot more to a house. And this isn't going to be, I realize it's long and skinny. I plan on having a balcony overhanging out here, and then having some, let's actually walk over this way, having some supports coming down underneath and connecting to this this face here. And then we can have like a small bridge going out across on the ground down there. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Automaton. If so, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to spread the mischief to everybody that you could possibly think of. And don't forget, we stream on Twitch most nights around 10 p.m. So, see you guys next time.